What do you say we open some beer?
I need it bad.
We've waited long enough, and actually, viewers out there, listeners out there, you won't know how long this actually took. It's been probably a solid half hour now, longer than a half hour.
Yeah.
Probably closer to 45 minutes that you did that, and now all you've had is water.
Yeah, the water that saved my life. That was even after I got the cinnamon down. Don't do it.
You brought some beer tonight.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about it?
All right, so this is from one of our favorite Iowa breweries. They're all great, but this one, I don't know, it's one of the bigger ones, Big Grove Brewery. We've had them plenty of times. I've never had this one. Have you ever had this specific one?
I've seen this one, and I've thought about getting it for the podcast. Okay. I think it's relatively new, at least on the shelves at our local Hy-Vee. I'm excited to try it. What is it?
Yeah, so it's the Big Grove. It's called Wade Wisely. It's a coffee oatmeal stout. The can is really cool. It's got some fish on there. I was going to try to say the kind of fish that I think it is, but I would just out myself as someone who doesn't know anything about fish.
They look like salmon.
We'll go with that. It probably says on the can.
They're not salmon. That's
trout. Oh, no. Trout. There we go.
Trout.
If you know what kind of fish these are, Big Grove, let us know.
I was thinking trout and I said salmon. That was a bad mistake.
Yeah,
and I like the fish.
And it looks like, and Evan, we'll have you read the can because you do so good at that in a minute, but it does look like this beer benefits charity or some sort of that. Again, Wade Wisely, it's a coffee oatmeal stout. We're both coffee fans, coffee snobs probably.
For sure.
And then it says, with Rock the House blend by JBC Coffee Roasters. So I've admittedly never heard of JBC Coffee, but apparently it's in collaboration with them.
So here's what the can says. Every autumn across Iowa's driftless area, brook and brown trout. I should have just read the can.
We can edit that out.
It's okay. I'm okay sounding foolish every once in a while.
Right.
Every autumn across Iowa's driftless area, brook and brown trout work tirelessly to create and guard their spawning beds called redds. It's important these areas not be disturbed, as wading through a single red can crush hundreds of eggs. The next time you're on the stream, please take your time to read the water, move slowly, and most importantly, wade wisely, the namesake of the beer. Proceeds from this project support the Driftless Flyathon projects that educate the public and improve the overall quality of Iowa's trout streams. I've always wanted to go fly fishing. Yeah. And I've never done it. But
me neither.
Maybe this beer will be like, all right, we got to take the plunge and figure that out.
All right. Well, before we do that, let's try this beer.
Let's pour them up. It's a coffee stout, so I was expecting it to be dark. And
it's black as night.
It's very dark.
Good pour, Ev.
Not bad.
Good pour.
Can definitely smell the coffee in there.
I should hope so. Oh, man.
That was quite the pour yourself.
I was too heavy-handed on that one. I like a strong pour, but that was a lot. I'm going to need to let this die down for a second.
You're going to have some foam in your mustache there.
Yeah, that's okay. At least it's not cinnamon. Yeah, I guess we got to... Here, let me put my can where it needs to go. All right, Wade Wisely. Skol.
Skol.
Oh,
good one. That's good.
That is really good.
I like that. That's a good fall beer. Right there.
Yeah.
In a different vein than what we've been having, Oktoberfests and things like that. So I like it.
I'm a really big fan of the Line & Kugel's vanilla porter.
Oh yeah.
What is it called?
Snowdrift
vanilla porter.
Yeah, it's a good one.
This is not exactly like it, but it reminds me of it in all the best ways. Yeah, I like this a lot.
Although, how dare you bring up a Wisconsin beer on our Minnesota Vikings Iowa beer podcast?
I would be a liar if I said Wisconsin didn't put out good beers.
You're right. I think I did give you Moon Man on a show at one point.
From New Glarus.
New Glarus. So I'm just as guilty as you are.
Yep. So yeah, this is as dark as I've ever seen a beer. Definitely tastes like a coffee oatmeal stout. It's really good. I like it a lot.
It's not so intense on the coffee flavor though. Like the coffee flavor is really mellow in the background. So it's not like Tip the Cow from Single Speed in Waterloo. Great beer, and I like their coffee stout a lot, but it's intense. Like that coffee flavor just boom, hits you in the face. I'd have to go back and look at our beer list, but I feel like we've had another. I remember now. It wasn't a stout. It was that whole latte love, of love from House Divided in Ely. Also another coffee beer. The coffee flavor just, holy buckets, hits you right in the face. It's really good, don't get me wrong, but this is not like that. If you're hesitant on coffee beers, if you're like, no, I don't think I can mix those two, try this one.
Yeah.
Wade Wisely from Big Grove, obviously. Big Grove is a pretty reputable brewery and supports a good cause.
Yeah, that is nice too. I like to, maybe I'm a sucker for it, but I like the beers that support a specific cause. And yeah, again, I'm not an avid fisherman, but I can get behind this cause. You know, it's a good thing and a great beer. Yeah, if you like coffee, you'll have to like coffee pretty much, or at least the coffee flavor. If you like coffee, yeah, you'll like this one.
Good stuff, and thanks for bringing it.
Yeah, and thank you, Big Grove, for making it. Until then, Evan, what'd you think about this Wade Wisely Coffee Oatmeal Stout from Big Grove?
It's pretty typical of me to be a little bit in front of you in the beer drinking race at this point in
We're
an
about
episode.
even right now, just a hair.
I'm a little ahead of you. Not that it's a race, but it's good.
It is good.
That's the point I'm trying to make. I like it a lot. I'm not trying to put you down. Just trying to say I like this beer a lot. So much so that I've had more than you.
Just barely.
It supports a good cause. These are trout. They're not salmon.
Yeah.
I don't know why salmon popped into my head.
It was just a fish.
I've never fished for trout, and I would like to. I've held an Iowa fishing license before. I currently don't have one. I'd like to renew it maybe for the upcoming year. But I would also like to add the trout stamp, because in Iowa you have to pay extra to fish for trout.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So,
well, because of the cause that the Wade Wisely supports, you should have more of an opportunity to fish for trout. The beer specifically, it's a coffee oatmeal stout. It tastes exactly like you would think it would, just by hearing the type of beer it is, and it's really good. I have no notes for this. It's so good. You have to like coffee. You have to like the stouts.
I think the oatmeal mellows it out a little bit too.
Yeah,
It's not, like I said at the beginning, it's not like in your face. It's not so coffee heavy that you're like, ugh, why don't I just like brew myself a cup of coffee and drink it?
You're not getting the high acidity to it, but I think that speaks to the quality ingredients, both the beer and the coffee they use and the care that they take. We're not breaking news here. Big Grove does good. I've never had a bad Big Grove beer. And add this one to the list of good ones I've had from them. I like it a lot. I will have it again. I'll seek it out. It's good, and hopefully it's not a limited run.
I agree. I also hope that this podcast thing isn't a limited run, and I hope that we keep doing this for a while, because it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Even if you quit, I'll keep doing it forever.
Chances of that are very low at this point.
The quality would be terrible, and maybe I wouldn't even post it out, but I'd still sit and stare at a square and talk about the Vikings every week.
This is way more fun because we've got this awesome set now. We keep drinking great beer week after week. And I don't know. I just feel like we just keep putting out good stuff.
Yeah.
So,
well, in the name of that, good beer, great episode.
best episode yet.
Skol.
Skol.